Welcome everybody to June's Treats and Eats with Krista and Jodi. I'm excited for this month's show because we're making all kinds of yummy sweets, like summer sweets, because summer starts with S. And so we want to make salads, keep it a little healthy. And then we got lots of yummy sweets, sweet drinks, sweet treats. So it should be a fun show today. We are Thrive Life consultants, and we do these shows based on the specials from Thrive. So if you're buying what's on sale, then you can learn how to cook with what's on sale. If you store it in your food storage, then you're always buying at the best prices, and you're not buying things that your family is not going to eat in an emergency. So it works really well. It's been really good for me to practice cooking with my food storage, and a lot of people don't realize how actually delicious that your food storage can be. So to get started, we have a couple things that have to cook for a little while, so we're going to bounce back and forth between each other. So I'm going to angle to see my first thing. So I am making a yummy drink mix. This is a fruity lemonade because our fruits are on sale. So I'm going to put in totally have this right. So you put in a cup of raspberries, which are on sale, a cup of peaches. Now I have the end, what's my one cup? I stuck it in there earlier. I have the ending of a can. This is an older can. It's been open for a while. It's still actually delicious. I've been snacking on it all day, but it's not crisp and crunchy. It's a little bit chewy. So it's actually really good to use for something like this. But I also have my new can. So you can see the difference just from being open in a humid area. New peaches, old peaches, they don't last forever once they're open. So I'm going to stick a cup of peaches in there, which are also on sale. A cup of sugar, because I said we're not being super healthy. It's like sweets and treats. So, but you will not drink the whole drink. Okay, and then 1 cup of water. There's exactly 1 cup. I didn't really need to do that. Okay, now this is kind of funny, don't laugh, but my lighter went out on my stove. So last month I thought my butane was out, but actually my lighter is just out. So that's why you have extra heat sources, right? Extra ways to use your heat sources. So all I am going to do is let this simmer, and it's going to rehydrate in that water, and it's going to turn into a delicious syrupy concoction that we are going to mix in and make a yummy fruity lemonade. So I'm just going to let this sit and kind of clear some stuff out of the way. And Miss Krista's going to start hers. So she has an awesome salad. So we're moving to the healthy portion of the show. So I'm going to mute myself and swap with Krista.
Cool. Awesome. Hey, guys. Hey, it's nice to see it's still light outside at your house, Jodi.
I know. It's summer. Yay.
Yay for summer. Okay, so I'm going to get my pasta salad started, and I just wanted to kind of go over a couple things before we put it all together, because there is some prep work. So don't think that you can make this in like 30 seconds, right? That's not how we do things. In fact, I'm going to get a couple things started, but I wanted to share with you the concepts of some of the ways that we refresh or rehydrate our foods, right? So one is corn. The freeze-dried corn is amazing, okay? This is actually one of my most favorite products on the planet, because when you eat freeze-dried corn, you know, and I don't want to get totally gross, but you know how when your regular corn digests, the skin does not go through, it goes through you, right? It doesn't actually break down, right? This actually does, because all the moisture is taken out of it. So your system can actually break down this corn. So my sister happens to be allergic to corn, and she can actually eat our corn because she can do that, go through that breakdown process. So, but when you're rehydrating it, because it's those tough skins, you do want to have it sit for a little while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some water to my corn, because this is totally freeze-dried, just dumped it out of a can, and it's going in our salad. So we want it all nice and moist back to regular corn, right? So you can take that, give it a little stir. And we are going to let this sit while we're doing other things. And I tell you, we need smell-o-vision because it smells amazing. It smells like it was just picked. Ever go out to a farm and done your own corn picking? That's what it smells like. It's amazing. Okay, so we're going to let that, there we go. Now you can see a little bit better, right? All right, so we're going to let that just kind of sit here and rehydrate while we move on. So that's one thing that's going in our pasta salad. Next thing I want to rehydrate is some cheese. This is our cheddar cheese, right? And this is actually a sale item this month. So this is on sale this month. And so what I'm going to do here, and which we've done this before, but I like to repeat things because number one, we get lots of new people on this call. Number two, see, there I am. Number two, you can never have enough, right? never have enough education. So what are we gonna do? Again, this is dry right out of the can, which you can totally eat this right out of the can. Tastes like a Cheez-It. Actually, it's amazing. See, I will eat it because I'm in my own kitchen and that's what I can do on live TV. But we're gonna we're gonna hydrate this. And I'm literally gonna pour a little bit of water here. You guys can see that okay, right? And we're gonna give it a stir. Oh, that cheese is so good. Give it a stir till it's kind of not real soaking wet, right? But you want everything to get a little bit wet, right? So that's my goal. So if you look in the bottom, there's a little bit of water down there, right? Can you see that? Yeah, I think you can see that. So we're going to start somewhere here. And then, so I think that's enough water. We're going to put the lid on. We're going to shake because it's a Ziploc container, right? We're going to shake it. And we're going to put it in the fridge. Okay, here it goes. Go in the fridge. There's no room in my fridge. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. All right. So that's prepped, ready to go. Both those probably need to sit at least, the corn I like to have sit about 10 minutes actually, at least, but it depends on how long Jodi takes, which is awesome. The next thing we're going to prep is the bell peppers. These are on sale too. So cool story about bell peppers. Bell peppers are one of those things that I like the taste of, but anybody ever burp when they when they eat bell peppers? I hate the aftertaste of them. So I prefer not to use them, but I do like bell peppers, right? So, and see, this is preference, right? So I prefer to have really small chunks. So what I'm going to do is literally just going to mash these with my fingers because they're very fragile. And so I'm going to mash them with my fingers. You could blend these in a blender and make it dust. So at least you're getting all the vitamins and nutrients out of the pepper, but you'll never taste it, right? You'll never actually know that it's in there. Great hiding spot for people who have issues with bell peppers and stuff, right? So I'm actually going to open it and let some of the air out. So you can see now that my bell peppers are pretty chunky, right? They're little chunks of bell pepper because I don't like the big chunks, and we're doing pasta salad. So I can actually add this to the mayonnaise that's going on the salad, and it'll make it like a red bell pepper aioli going on the salad, which is going to be amazing. That's why I'm kind of doing these. Okay. So I got that all prepped, ready to go. The rest of my prepping just is everything dished out, ready to go, right? So that's like, I've got my onions. This is onions, green onions, and chili peppers. One of my favorite items. Chili peppers are on sale as well, so they're a highlight. The onions I use in everything. And then I have my seasonings ready to go as well. There's ranch dressing and some taco seasoning in this because we're doing a Southwestern chicken salad. And then we do have, I don't know if we have right now the limeade, but we do have the lemonade available, which I'm going to show you in a little while. But have you guys ever used these? True lime and true lemon? I use these in a pinch too. So if I don't have a lime or lemon, because my lemons aren't done on my tree yet, they're not going to be done for like 4 or 5 months. They're like this size right now. So cool. But I need a little bit of lemon for this recipe. So there's my lime. I need lime. Other than that, I'm going to be ready to go, but I just wanted to kind of show you that's the most of the prep work is hydrating my corn and letting it sit, hydrating my cheese, letting that sit, and then chopping up my bell peppers, right? So I am going to pass it back to you, Jodi, and I will see y'all back in a minute.
I'm just over here jealous that you have lemon trees because that's like my dream. So, yeah.
Well, let me know and I'll ship you some lemons when they're ready. January, February is when I get them.
Okay, so we're gonna finish our drink mix. So like Krista said, the lemonade, this is available. It's a seasonal item and it's awesome. I use it pretty much as a substitute for any lemon juice in a recipe or lemon zest or anything lemon flavored. You can sprinkle it on anything. It's awesome. So I actually made a jug of the lemonade. You can choose how much sweetener you add and what kind of sweetener. I did actually half Sprite and half lemonade because I wanted it to be a bubbly, fancy drink. If it's bubbly, it's fancy, right? So I used a little bit less sugar because Sprite is already sweet. So I have this yummy, syrupy, fruity concoction right now. I'm not going to show you where it's going to spill everywhere, all over the computer. But I'm going to get the chunks out, so I'm just straining it. And it's going to leave just a good syrup at the end. So this is, again, some additional sugar, but then you're not going to have all the chunks of raspberry seeds and puree. We're not going for a puree. We're going for a sweet syrup like you get like a soda shop, right? So I just tapped it down so I could get all the yummy syrup. I'm going to make a mess. Yeah. Now I'm going to get my fancy pitcher, because this is like, you know, a Christmas party drink. So we're going to pour the syrup in the bottom. You are supposed to let it chill, but it's fine because I'm not going to drink it right now. But you wouldn't really want to mix like a hot drink and then have people drink it when it's supposed to be cold. Then you just pour in your lemonade concoction. And you don't really have to measure at this point. It's just like a sweet, colorful picture. This soaks in the way. You can see my yummy fruity drink. And then you just top it off. You can top it off in here, but I kind of like to top it off in the actual goblet that you're drinking with. So then now it has the syrupy fruit at the bottom, but it kind of mixes in. And you can do this with any fruits, like I did what's on sale. Then you throw your peaches. You can get a couple yummy peaches in there. Raspberries. Like, couldn't you just see, like, sipping that at the pool? Not if it had the hot syrup in it, but throw some ice cubes in a little umbrella. Summer sweet fruity drinks. If your kids do a lemonade stand, mine have done like patriotic lemonade stand and did blueberry lemonade and raspberry lemonade or strawberry lemonade. You can do any kind, any concoctions of fruit. So there's that. What do you think? Yum? So easy, right? Super easy. Okay, now I'm moving it. I make a lot of big messes when I'm doing these cooking shows. Right, Krista? She knows. Okay. So next, we are going to make egg salad sandwiches. Did you know that you could make egg salad with scrambled eggs? It is annoying to hard boil eggs, peel them, chop them all up, especially if you only want to do like a little small lunch. So when I'm like at home and the kids are at school and I just want to make a healthy lunch, the egg salad's pretty good, but it's kind of a pain. So scrambled egg mix is on sale. It has not been on sale for a long time. So I'm super excited about that. So I'm going to show you how to make like an individual egg salad sandwich super fast. So to make the scrambled egg mix, it's for one egg, it's 2 tablespoons of egg powder. I'm doing 2 eggs, so that's 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup. See, I paid attention in math class. You can get the scrambled egg mix in number 10 pounds too. Then for water, it is 3 tablespoons per egg, so I need 6 tablespoons. So it's a 1/4 cup and then basically half of a 1/4 cup. So I add that in here, and then I'm gonna just throw in a little bit of salt and pepper because that's how I would make my eggs anyways. But I'm just doing it before I actually mix them up. So this pretty much turns into regular scrambled eggs. Like it looks just like scrambled eggs. I'm gonna cook them up. And I have a really good pan, so I don't even need to use pan spray. Oh, it turned on by itself. I fixed my oven, my stove. So I'm gonna cook my scrambled eggs. And while I do that, I'm gonna make the other part. So this scrambled egg mix is the only one. I've tried lots of dried eggs from lots of companies, and they do not mix up as good, like as actual eggs. They are okay in baking, but in terms of actual food, they're not so great. Okay, so the rest of this recipe is a little bit of olive oil, so it's like half a teaspoon. And you could make this bigger if you wanted to make a big batch. I kind of shrunk a recipe I found to make it just individual. And then same with lemon juice, so lemon juice, a little bit more, and then mustard, called for Dijon mustard. I didn't have any Grey Poupon, so I should be in the commercial. So I just used yellow, and it's fine. But I like in my potato salad anyways. And then a tablespoon of mayo, and mayonnaise is a little bad for you, but this is olive oil mayonnaise, so it's a little bit better for you. Since you're like a little bit healthy, a little bit naughty today. I used my other spatula. Live TV problems going on here. Krista and I were talking about this. We never have the right spoons when we're mixing. Here. This. Mix this up. My eggs are cooking. So this is basically going to be, you can use whatever egg salad recipe you normally would use. And then you just add your fried ingredients to it. So I have a yummy mustardy mayonnaise going on there. Eggs. So they're almost done. It's always a little different cooking on a butane stove than a regular stove. So regular egg salad with the hard-boiled eggs, you kind of like all mashes up in there anyways. You don't necessarily really get a big difference between like the yolk and the white. So the scrambled egg, I like doing a lot of research on this, and a lot of people have done the recipe with scrambled eggs. And I tried it and prepped for this, and it totally works. So you just want your eggs to be pretty chunked up. And see how like they cook up like normal eggs. Has anybody here put eggs in their food storage but never actually cooked them? You never cooked them as scrambled eggs? Krista, she's telling us her secrets. Okay, this is awesome for camping food. You can make these like in little individual packets with like an omelet. I've used the scrambled eggs a million times. Okay, so that's the eggs. They're gonna sit there for a second. So then the vegetables in your egg salad, what you would normally use, like I'm gonna throw in a little bit of celery, like a tablespoon, maybe a little more. And you can hydrate these. I did when I did it earlier, but it ended up a little bit more water than I wanted anyways. So I'm just gonna let them hydrate with this mixture. So about half a tablespoon of onion, which is what I would normally put in anyways. Stir it up in my mixture. They're gonna get nice and soft. And then I'm gonna add my eggs. Now I have too many spoons. wanted to tell you these. So what I'm doing today, I made, so one other thing that's a sale item is our country dough bread mix. And we featured this a couple months ago. I actually made a yummy fruity swirl bread. And my son just the other day said, can you make that delicious bread again? So for today's demo, I did make the bread. I'm not gonna make it for you live. I made it earlier, but I made part of it into this little buns for my egg salad sandwich. And then I made the rest of it into, when I cut into my swirl bread. So I'm gonna cut that open and show you, but the bread mix, all you do is add yeast and 1 can, and it makes basically a whole loaf of bread. Or you could make like a dozen little buns. So I just made a bun to make my egg salad sandwich on. So I'm going to show you the finished product. I got to bring it up close. Oh, can you see it? It looks just like egg salad sandwich, right? Like freeze-dried, not freeze-dried, scrambled eggs. I think they're dehydrated, but it's some special crystallization process in there. So I'm going to throw this on this plate for you. I'm making a mess. I always make a good big mess. And you got your yummy egg salad sandwich with homemade buns. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna cut into, you can't see it, this swirl bread. So you make it like regular bread, and I can include the recipe too. It was from a couple months ago, but you roll out your bread, and then as if it was cinnamon roll, like you put the cinnamon on top, you just do it with jam. And I made the jam out of the raspberry because the raspberry's on sale. And then you roll it up, and it makes a yummy, can you see the swirl? So we got yummy raspberry swirl bread, and my kids they'll eat this whole loaf tonight. So egg salad sandwich, you got eggs from scrambled eggs. You can make as little or as much as you want. Pretty much mostly stuff from your food storage. There you go. Pretty fast, right? I took long because, oh, I forgot. You can add dill on top and salt and pepper, whatever to taste, whatever you put in a normal egg salad sandwich. So, all right, now I'm going to turn it back to Miss Krista to finish her pasta salad. And I'm gonna go get a Band-Aid because I sliced my finger on my knife. I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
That's why you're taking over. BRB, ladies and gents.
You gotta love live TV, right? You
I
gotta
know.
love live TV.
You get what you get. Okay.
Yep.
Go for it.
All right. So let's do this camera down a bit so you can see my countertop here. I think that's good, right? Hi. Okay. So I got my pasta, right? It's already done. I cooked it, drained it. We're all good. And it's been sitting in the fridge for a little while. So basically how you do the rest of this is just, and the recipe is going to be included, so don't worry about that. But basically it's a pasta salad. So we're just going to throw and go. We're going to put everything together and so you can see our corn is pretty well, looks like corn right out of the can, right? Because it is, it just was missing its water. So actually I think I'm going to put the sauce in first because that's how I like to do things. There's a method to my madness, right? So in this recipe actually came from Pioneer Woman. Anybody like her? I love her because I'm originally from the South. So yeah, that's how I roll. And what I did was she mixes sour cream and mayonnaise. And so I used a little bit of sour cream I had left in there, and then I had my mayonnaise on top. So I haven't even stirred it yet. So we're going to give it a stir. And I'm actually going to put my seasonings in here too. So we're going to do that. We're going to stir this puppy. So it looks like if you guys ever made like 7-layer dip, it looks like the inside of that, right? Kind of orangey with that taco seasoning. It's also got some ranch seasoning in there, which I think is going to be the seal the deal in Krista's belly kind of sauce. So we're going to put this in here at this point. I know you love the sound effects, huh? Live TV is weird, people. It's very weird. And I'm going to need a bigger spoon. So give me 2 seconds here. I'm going to use a spatula. And spread that around. And the seasonings, basically it's just taco seasoning or cumin, whatever you got, right? Some ranch dressing, salt, pepper. I put a little extra garlic in there because that's how I roll. So we want all the pasta to get some of that goodness on it, right? Because it's going to start soaking it up, right? So then we're just going to add in everything else, right? So we got corn. We got our bell peppers. I'm not going to go in with my seasoning because some of it's powder at this point. Here's our onions and green onions and green chilies. Go ahead and stir that in. Oh my gosh, this smells so amazing. I'm so hungry. Oh my gosh, it's been a day. Check it out. That looks great. Oh my gosh. I've never made this recipe, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm being a guinea pig. All right, now we're going to put in our fresh stuff, which I have. You can use our instant beans, but I had a can that I needed to open. So, and in fact, I don't need the whole can. I think the recipe calls for, I'm making a half recipe. This is a lot for a half recipe. So glad I only went with a half. So I'm going to put half those beans in here. I'm going to add some fresh tomatoes. You could use freeze-dried, but I like these guys. They're perfect in season right now. And so I'm just going to put a little bit of freshness in there. Some tomato. I'm going to give it another quick stir. I think the recipe called for some fresh cilantro. I'm not a huge cilantro fan, but I do like our freeze-dried cilantro that we used to have, right? So I'll probably top it with that or some chives. I might even put some more green onions on top as I'm serving. But again, that's up to you guys. So that's it. I'm done with the pasta salad. I will let this sit for a little while longer, which is perfect because by the time we're done, guess who's having dinner, right? So yeah, so I'm just going to throw this back in the fridge. Let that macerate for a little bit. And, oh, I forgot the cheese. See, my gosh. Because we're going to add a little bit of cheese too. Forgot the cheese. Let me shake it up first. Because it's easier, because it's all nice and hydrated. You can see that. Check it out. Looks like regular shredded cheese, right? Yep, we're going to throw some of that in there. And stir this puppy up one more time. Fold those in. Oh, that looks so good. And it smells even better. Oh my gosh. And so my plan for tonight for dinner. So there we go. So my plan for tonight for dinner is to actually put this over lettuce. So I've got my protein, and if you could add chicken if you want, you could add anything you wanted to it, but I think I'm going to do that, pour it over a salad and eat it that way. So that's my plan for tonight. So it's going back in the fridge. And then let me move this out a bit, make some room for the next thing. All right. So our next thing I am so excited about. I've had so much fun the last day and a half trying to figure out different recipes and just figuring out stuff for y'all. The other thing that I'm going to add is an avocado. I'm going to chop up an avocado and put it in my pasta salad, or at least on top of my my portion of it, right? Okay. So next thing, let me wash my hands too, because I don't want taco seasoning in my sweet popsicles. Okay. Who has grandkids? Who has kids? Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to go up to my son's house and do this with my grandkids because it is going to be so much fun. I've had so much fun doing popsicles, making popsicles. It's just, I shouldn't have that much fun with food. It's been awesome. So let me show you what I've used to make what I've made. obviously the raspberries, we all know that those are on sale already. I don't, which I'm gonna do the next, let me, hold on. I get ahead of myself and I get so excited. So I used raspberries, I used pineapple, I used peaches, I used mangoes, I used strawberries, I used lemonade, and I used the instant milk, okay, for all of my popsicles. Now, how to make them. Literally, there's no like real directions. If you go search popsicle recipes out there, like I did, I got a lot of good ideas, but I kind of just came up with my own, and it depends on your popsicle maker. It depends on the little things you use for popsicle molds, whatever it is, it depends. Like I've been using this cute little guy. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but it's a popsicle mold. It's Zoku. They do a lot of different popsicle and icy slurpy kind of things, molds for your freezer, right? So these come out, they're silicone, which are really nice. And so they're shaped like balls, which are kind of cool. But they're fun. They're so much fun to do. And to make popsicles, it can be this easy, people. Okay, let me scoot this out.
Also, I'm glad you used milk because it's a reminder, instant milk is on sale for 60% off.
This is true. This is absolutely true.
I think through end of July. So you still got time if you want to snatch some.
Okay. Well, I wanted to make, because I mean, everybody's busy, right? Yes, it's summer and the kids are out of school, but that means you've got a lot of stuff going on at home, right? So I'm going to show you a couple of really easy tricks that you can do, and then you can get complicated on your own if you want. And I'm going to tell you some different ideas of some of the things that I came up with, and then we're going to go from there. So it can be as easy as just putting your fruit in the mold, right? In fact, I'm going to do that. Let's do putting your fruit in the mold and then filling it up with juice. Okay, that's an easy popsicle, right? And you can crush the fruit if you want. You can, I have my little blender here, so I'm going to show you how I blend it up, which we're going to do that right now. I'm going to do, let's do strawberries because they're my favorite, right? Got strawberries here, right? And literally, I'm guessing that there's no measurements because, again, I actually took these out and measured it. It's about 1/3 of a cup. That's not a whole lot. So I'm literally just playing it by ear, right? And I can save my powder for later. I can do whatever I need to do. But we're going to blend these up really quick. So it's powder instead of actual fruits. Okay. All right, there's my strawberry dust, right? You can see the smoke. Did you see that on camera? So you can literally just scoop this in your mold. Now I will tell you, based on experience, right? Give it a scoop of fruit, maybe a couple scoops of fruit. Heck, you can put the whole thing in there. Depending on how fruity you want it, because again, you can make this whatever you want it to be, right? So you can put your fruit in there. Keep in mind that the fruit floats. So if you have large pieces of fruit, it's going to float to the top. So all your fruit is going to be at the bottom of the popsicle. Okay. And then I'm just going to put some strawberry lemonade in there. Okay.
If it's powdered, does it still float to the top?
Yes, still does. See, you can actually see that. Okay. All right, one popsicle done. How easy is that, right?
Yum.
And you could put them all in 4 and make 4 different ones, but I kind of wanted to show you the different varieties that I actually created for y'all, because I did a couple different varieties. I took the pineapple and the mango, because there's a juice out there that's pineapple and mango by Tropicana that's divine. Same thing, you're getting a little bit of fruit. I didn't add any sugar. You know, I mean, there's plenty of sugar in the juice, but you know, let's be real. Right? I also did a peach one because my favorite fruit, if anybody is regular on this call, peaches are my favorite. They're the bomb. I eat them all the time. But what I did was and there's a peach juice out there. And I made a popsicle just like that. I crushed up my peaches, put it in there, and then filled it up with the peach juice. In the next one, I crushed up my peaches, put the juice in there, and then added instant milk, stirred it up, and put it in my mold. So I now have a peaches and cream version.
Yeah,
so you
like
could do,
a peach creamsicle.
right? And I did it with a strawberry too. So I have a strawberry and cream. And then one step further, you can make your own yogurt pops with whatever fruit you want. Okay. So what I did with that is I have in my fridge yogurt, right? So I just took some yogurt. I'm real fancy in my house, right? Not so much trying to be funny, right? So I took some yogurt, put it in my Ziploc. Yep, I just looked at that.
It's your own kitchen. It's all
Right, exactly. It's my own kitchen. Put that back in the fridge so it stays cold. Okay, what kind of pop do you want? Should we do strawberry or peach? Should we do peach? How about peach and strawberry? Because I have a little bit of strawberry left in here. Let's do that. I'm going to take this big old peach in there. Got another big old peach in there. Because Krista can't, there's not enough peaches in the world for Krista. But I was born in Georgia, so that's probably the reason. Okay, hold on. Okay. Now I have peach powder. Okay, this one I'm going to do a little bit different because I've been playing around, right? Woo, lots of smoke on that one. See that? So I've got strawberry and peach dust, right? I blended it into dust. I'm going to take my little cup, pour it in here. You can, I'm actually going to add a little bit of sugar to this. And there's a reason for that. Because I'm kind of making, you know, that strawberry or raspberry jam that you put in your bread. Kind of making the same thing because the consistency of that like Jello thing is going to be perfect for this. Okay, so I put a little bit of sugar. Stir that. Now I'm going to add water. Where did my water go? Here it is. Because I'm looking for a specific like popsicle consistency, right? Not too thick, but definitely not too thin, right? And this would be cool science fun for your grandkids or kids, right? Okay, that seems a little thick. I'm going to add a little bit more water. With this intense flavor, when it mixes with the yogurt, the vanilla yogurt, oh my gosh. Okay, that's pretty, you want kind of a jelly jam kind of consistency, okay?
It's like an ooey gooey fruity.
Yep, ooey gooey fruity. Another technical. I love it. I like no mess too. This keeps everything, you know, not totally messed up, right? All right. Put that to the side. Close this up. These are our popsicle dispensers.
Blair's asking if there's a ratio for the popsicles that you're using. You're kind of just winging it.
You know what? With only a third of a cup, I'm totally winging it. There is no rhyme or reason. I think in my opinion, I think the more fruit, the better flavor, right?
Right. Gives it a richer flavor.
Right. So it just depends on how much flavor you want. So I am going to see if you can you guys see my thing here? Okay. So here we go. We are going to,
You're making a swirl.
yep. So I'm filling it with equal parts yogurt and equal parts fruit, right?
Wow.
Is what I'm doing here. All right. I have a bowl right here. So in fact, I'm going to just do the second one too, if you guys don't mind. So I can use it all. And I won't waste anything. And I'll put pineapple and mango and all of it in here in one popsicle. These are so good. These are so good. These are so good. Okay. There we go. All right.
Makes me want to get some popsicle molds because my kids burn through popsicles faster than I can buy them.
Right? So this is the spoon I liked. That's what I'm using because it's my house. And so I'm just going to stir. I'm going to fold a little bit. Okay. Very gently, but folding so that the yogurt kind of mixes, but not totally, right? This one I'll put some more fruit of some kind in there because I ran out of fruit. Okay. All right. So then, oh yum, it was so good. Oh my gosh. Then you have your little popsicle sticks. Stick them in there, and then this goes in the freezer. Okay. So let me show you the end result. Okay. Okay. Oops, they stuck together. Okay. So this is a strawberry one. This is strawberry and strawberry lemonade. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. This one is a strawberry and lemonade. These are the little popsicle molds that I started with, but I had to find sticks. This is a pineapple and mango with pineapple and mango juice. This one is my peaches and cream. So it's a little creamier looking. So this is with the instant milk and the peaches, because I love anything peaches, right? And then I have.
Was that liquid milk and then powdered up peaches?
It is using the peach juice, and I just added instant milk
Into it.
I just sprinkled it in to make it a little bit creamy, and I made it to the consistency I was looking for.
Ooh, look at that yogurt one.
Yep. So this is pineapple and mango with the juice, just the juice.
And chunks of the fruit in it.
Yep. So you can see how the fruit rose to the top, right? You can see where it kind of ends. But still, I mean, that's going to be a nice end of your popsicle, right?
Yeah. And it'll be all hydrated and mixed in.
This is the yogurt. So this one is raspberry and vanilla yogurt. So it's a yogurt pop, if you want to call it that. But that's the whole swirling action I got when I kind of swirled it a little bit, right?
That one looks delicious.
Right? Yes.
Okay, I'm coming over.
Right. And then,
oh my gosh, you've been making so many puffs.
I had to try different kinds, right? So this one is, and these weren't quite done yet, but I needed my mold, right? So this is the strawberry and yogurt one.
That looks good.
Right. And then, so that's why they're kind of deformed a little bit. And this one's strawberry too. So this one's the raspberry for sure. But it's like that jam consistency. These need to stick in the freezer a little bit more.
Yeah, like jam and yogurt. Oh, that would be like, I don't know. Sounds delicious though.
Right. They are amazing. I tried one last night and I'm like, oh, that's why I kept going. So I'm taking these to basic dinner, which is awesome. Okay. And then I have one more thing and then I'm done. Which I did because we wanted to let you guys know that this is something that we as consultants have been screaming for a very long time. If you guys remember, we have coconut bites. Where are my coconut bites? Okay, these guys, right? We have been asking for a bigger container than this silly little pouch for years. They are so good. They just melt in your mouth. I love taking them on vacation because wherever I am, I feel like I'm in paradise. They are amazing. It's like little pillows of happiness in your mouth. Crazy. They now have these in cans. Okay. So we wanted to highlight a couple things. And so Jodi has something to show you, and I'm going to show you my brownies.
This size of cans.
Right?
Small cans, but still cans. I don't have any yet. This is just launched.
I don't either. My delivery hasn't come yet. So I made brownies last night, and I made them with chocolate icing. And then I put, while it was still warm on top, I stuck the coconut bites in there. Now I put a little extra on top because there's not enough. I like coconut bites like I like my peaches. Right. So, but I have coconut bite brownies. So, oh, so good. So good. But I just wanted to share because the thoughts are coming and the recipes are coming, and I'm excited to have those in a can version now. It's just very exciting. So I think that's it for me. Did I forget anything, Jodi?
I think you're good.
Okay.
So one of the big benefits of the can is the shelf life. So in the pouches, I think you get maybe 5 years, 3 years, something like that at the most. A can is 25 years shelf life. So there's definitely an advantage to that. Plus then you can eat the whole thing. So I am going to make one last quick recipe. I will be super fast, I promise. So, have you guys ever had almond bark? I'm going to start my oven back up. It's working now. We're good. So, I didn't realize you could make like your own almond bark. So, I'm going to make this super fast. We're going to get crack-a-lacking. So, all you need is melting chocolate chips. You can get these like any baking places or Walmart or whatever. So I'm going to throw a cup in here. Doesn't have to be real scientific. And then we're going to stick in a 1/4 teaspoon of coconut oil. This just helps give it a creamier consistency. It doesn't really taste like coconut, although it won't be terrible if it does. And I'll show you why in a second. So this is going to start melting. And while it does, I'm going to show you what it's going to turn into. So, and one other quick thing I forgot to show you about the scrambled eggs. I made this for my mail in a jar this week, or this month. You can make little egg muffin cups. So I did this, a jar full of this. It was 12 cups, 12 muffins in a tin in 1 quart jar. And then we just eat those for make ahead breakfast. They're super good. So that's that with it. I told you there was lots of things you could use the eggs for. So now in the summer, we're just eating eggs, and it's like I don't have to have kids messing up my fry pans all the time. So while these chips melt, I'm going to show you what we'll do with this. So once you have melted chocolate, you add whatever you want to make your bark. And I did some earlier so that you could see the finished result. Excuse me. And it's awesome. So what I did was sprinkle the raspberry. I crumbled up raspberries. I put the coconut bites. And then on half of it, I put almonds because some people in my household like nuts in chocolate, like my husband, who just walked past. And some people like me are okay with nuts, but not really in my chocolate. So I'm going to show you how easy it is. So this was just refrigerated for a little bit. Couple hours. I made it earlier today. This is what we do. We cook all day getting ready for these classes, you guys. So I'm just going to chop it, and you can kind of make it in different like angled chunks, or you could make it in squares or however you want to do it. You probably can't see what I did. Let's see if I back it up a little bit. And I just made a little tiny batch, but you could make however much. You could stir in the almonds, or you can just do them on top, but look at how these look like gourmet, like you would buy this in the store, right? Right? So good. So I haven't tasted it yet. Yeah, you're gonna want to eat that with the coconut. And you could put same thing, whatever fruits you're wanting, you can mix it and do it. Okay, so my chocolate's just gonna be melting. So while that melts real quick, if you want to grab any of the stuff that's on sale, go to whoever invited you to the demo. So Krista might have invited you, I might have invited you. We also let our team members invite their people to the demos. So whoever invited you, make sure you shop with them so that they get credit. And the best way to shop, well, there's 3 ways. You can just do an order, whatever, it's fine. Or you can do a delivery order, and that gives you 15% off on anything you order, but it also gives you the monthly specials, which are 25 to 35% off. And you get free shipping on orders over $100. So that is the best way to shop. It's very, very like non-committal for an auto ship program. It is, you can cancel anytime, you can change whatever you order each month, you can pause for a month. So you're really not locked in the way you are with some other programs. So that's one really good way to shop. Another really cool thing right now is if you want to do a party or invite your friends to like watch us cook, or you know, they can do an online party or something, and you can earn 30% worth of the value of their orders in free food. So that is a perk going on for the next month or 2. So if you're interested in that, you want to share preparedness with people, it's a really good way to do it. Or just get together and have fun and eat yummy food. That's what I like to do. So, okay, so I just did this in a double boiler, but you could also do it in a microwave. And then you just have a, let me see down here. I have a little pan with wax paper. I'm just pouring my chocolate, melted chocolate. Like, what's better in life than melted chocolate and coconut, right? Maybe peaches. Krista will be putting peaches on hers. Okay. Woo.
Just so you know, peaches are on sale this month too.
That's why we're cooking what we're cooking, right? We're eating on sale. It's like shopping at the sales every single month. It's awesome. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix it into a square in my pan. You could make a much bigger batch and it would be easier, but this is something awesome you could use at Christmas time to make your almond bark. But if you make it with fries, it looks fancier. My wax paper thing, a little sticky. My one I did earlier was prettier, but I'm gonna rush. So then I'm just gonna put, oh, you want to probably do your almonds first because they take up the most space. So throw in almonds, you can stir them in, you can just, like, it's really not rocket science here. Throw in some coconut bites. We do also have yogurt bites, so you could do pomegranate yogurt. You could do, what's the other one we have? Vanilla. Vanilla yogurt would be really good in this too. Anything sweet, like you're doing chocolate, you might as well add a little more sugar. We can do healthy. Someday we'll do a healthy shelf stuff. And then your raspberries. So I crumpled mine up. You could do bigger ones, but I just kind of go like this, sprinkle it over top. There you go. That's it. Okay, can you make Christmas treats that fast? Someone said something for Christmas. Yes, it looks Christmassy. So I didn't do a great job of having it evenly in my thing, but my one earlier was. That's so fast. That was like 3 minutes, right? And that was even with melting the chocolate. So that is your final recipe, you guys. Thanks for being on live with us today. And remember, if you registered, which you did because you're here, we'll send out the recipes and a recording of the video if you need to watch anything later. But come back. We do this every month. Invite your friends. Like if you invite your friends and then give them your link, like you can get that 30% in free food for sharing. Share Thrive with others. It's awesome. So if you have any questions, I'm going to stop the recording. So thanks for being on, you guys. Get with whoever invited you and shop with them.
Yep.
Yay.